Right, so from our first page, we had seen we have created the contents page. So now we're going to add our next page. So to do this, we click on add a new page, go to content, add a content page. We're going to give our page a page title. Then we're going to show you to add. We're going to add an image. This will be our image here. We're going to upload this file. And like we said before, make sure we click those and take off the next option. We make sure that these are also checked. And this is our second page. So as I said, these are buttons. So we're going to give our buttons a description. So to go to the page before our first page, we're going to click continent, which would have been our first page. And our third page now, because we are on the second page, we just created the second page. So our next page is going to be prime meridian. Now we're not going to change the jumps for now. Further down the lesson, I'm going to show you exactly how to change the jumps and what to change the jumps to. I'm going to click save page. And we have our second page. Now, if you want to change something, so like our first letter here is not capitalized, so I want to change that, I could go to the edit, this page. And then I scroll all the way down and save page. And there we have our second page. So we're going to continue our lesson by adding a next content page. Now you see our slide has come in. So our page before was vocabulary. And our next page is 7 oceans. Save. And just as we did before, we're going to continue adding pages. So in this one, we're going to actually show you how to add a video. So to add a video, it's a little different. So you're going to click on the video option, and we must make sure that the video tab is selected. Because if you don't choose the video tab, it will not show as it's supposed to be in our description box. So we're going to browse to our video. And our video. there. We're going to upload our video. It's taking a little time to upload. Right. And then we're going to click on Insert Media. So now we're going to see that the video has been inserted, and we can play the video as well. So we're going to continue with our description. So the page before would have been prime meridian, and our page, our next page will be cardinal points. We're going to save our page. So this is basically how it's going to go, where we continue adding pages as we go along to our lesson. So our next page will be cardinal points. And we're going to, on this page, we're actually going to embed a YouTube video into the lesson. So the reason why we want to embed the video and not put it as a link, we want the students to remain in our lesson or our website. We don't want students straying and clicking on the link and going to YouTube, because we know you may go to YouTube and you see a video that you wanted to watch, or you see our next video, you click on the next video, because we have that option that YouTube gives us where videos you would have watched before. So we want the students to remain inside of our website so that they can remain focused. So let's do this. So to do this, we're going to click on the HTML link first. When you click on that, you're going to be given some writing that is in hypertext. Then we're going to search for our YouTube video. Cardinal points. We're going to choose the first option. Then you're going to click Share, Embed. Then we're going to click on Copy. So when you say we copy, the entire link has been copied. We're going to go back to our site, and then we're going to paste it, and then we're going to click on the HTML option again. So when you do that, now the video has been embedded to our website. So when we click on the video itself, we don't go to YouTube. We don't go to the YouTube website, but we stay within our website. So our content pages remain now. Our page before would have been 7 oceans. And our next page will be question or questions page. Right, so you see our lesson is coming along very fine. Now to add a question page, we're going to click on add a content page, not a content, but add a question page. When you click on the question option, now there are different options to choose from, but Moodle answers true and false and multiple choice questions automatically for you. So we're going to do a true and false question first, and we're going to see how it goes. So our page title will be question. Our question will be, that's our question. Now, the correct response, true. And when the student clicks the correct response, or the correct answer, I should say, the response the teacher will put, this is correct. Note that if the teacher decides they want to add, let's say, a correct sign, or you did a smiley face, or anything you want, you could add it as an image. You could even put short videos. You could record your voice saying congratulations or well done. And we want to give the correct answer as score as 1. Now, if the answer is wrong, we're going to just put false. And your response, again, doesn't necessarily have to be writing. It could be, you could add whatever you want underneath here. So with the wrong response on the jump, we want them to stay on this page. Now note, you have the option, if they get the answer wrong and you want them to go back to the beginning of the lesson or whatever point you want them to go back to, there is the option to choose the jump where you want them to go back to. But for now, we gave the options when we were setting up the lesson to let them retry the question. So we're going to leave them on this page and your score will be set to 0. So you're going to save the page. Right. So now that we have finished that, I'm going to show you how to do now the multiple choice question. So now we're going to go on, add a question page. We're going to leave the option as multiple choice. And we're going to fill it out. So this will be our question 2. What continent the equator passes through? Now, seeing that we will have multiple answers for this question, we must choose multiple answer. If you had only one answer you wanted to choose, we do not use this option. But this option, for this question, we have multiple answers. So for our first answer, it's going to be North America. Your response will be this is incorrect. The jump, we want to let them remain on this page because they got it wrong. Your score will be set to 0. And again, because it is a multiple answer, we will have multiple answers to give. Now, this is the end of our lesson. So our jump will be to the end of lesson. A score of 1 point will be given. Again, the correct answer will send us to the end of lesson. Score of 1. The wrong answer, we would like them to remain on this page, and the score remain at 0. And we're going to go on save page. Now this will bring you to the end of our lesson, where we have created all our lessons pages so far. So in the beginning, I said we're going to actually tell you how we're going to do the jumps. So now I'm going to show you how we're going to change the jumps. Now to do this, there is the option of editing your page. You could also move your page up and down the way you like it. You could also duplicate a page in the event that you have something that you just want to make a minor change to, but you want your original page remain. You could preview the page itself, or you can delete the entire page. So any changes to be made to your page, we're going to click on the gear icon, update this page. So our first jump, which will be to the next page, will be the vocabulary. And then we're going to save that. Now you would see the jump has moved from next page or this page to the actual next page, vocabulary. So we're going to do this for the rest of them. So let's quickly do that. So planning out your lesson is very important, so you will know how your pages flow. Again, you would see the change that has been made. Most of the times, your description will be the same as your jump. But in the event that you have a next button, where, as I said, if you have a lesson that you're teaching and you want your student to jump to a page that if you're doing a question like in the end and you want them to go back to that page, you'll have the option to add a next button. Right. So here we're going to change one where the correct response, you want them to jump to question 2. Now, the wrong response, we want to leave them on this page. Remember, whatever wrong response they give, you want them to remain on that page, or you have the options to jump back to your lesson in order for them to go through the lesson again to make sure that they understand what was taught. So this brings us to the end of our jumps. So now we're going to preview how the lessons flow. We click on the preview button. And now we're going to see it. So our first page was this, our continents. Vocabulary will send us to our next page. Continent will be the first page. Prime meridian will be our next page. So this will be the flow of how the student will be going through the lesson. So we would see the video will be here. So the next video, remember I told you we would have embedded the video into our lesson. So when we click on the video, we don't go out of our lesson or our page. We want them to remain in our page. So if we click play, we should stay on the page and not go to the YouTube video. So we would see our lesson remains intact and students are not going to be distracted. So as teachers, there's also the option to view how your students will be viewing your lesson. To do this, we're going to click on your name. Mine will be, it will be your name to the top. Then we're going to go to switch roles. And then we're going to go to student. So now we would have seen, this is how the student will be viewing it. So the progress bar will see how far along the student is in the lesson. So when we click on the question, Australia is the smallest continent. We would click on the first option first, submit. Because we gave the wrong answer, you will see the attempts remaining the student have. You would have seen your answer. You would have seen the response to that answer. And then they'll have the option, would you like to try the question again? Click yes. True. We would have seen the progress bar has moved up. Would your answer again, the response to that answer, and because you have gotten it correct, you have the option now to go, continue. Again, let's choose one option, one incorrect and one correct answer. And you would see, again, one answer is correct, one answer is incorrect. So, yes, I would like to try again. And you would see that the questions are randomized now. It was not in the same order as it was in before. So, submit. And you would see that the two answers are correct. And then we could continue. And now you would see we have reached the end of our lesson. This brings you to the end of the tutorial for adding a lesson to your page.